We are doing basement today. And 5 we have how many basement? We have 1. How many then?
We should say.
Yes, last one is 5. Ne? So we are doing a basement today. So you have to understand what is a basement. What's a basement? Say a basement. A basement. The what? Open space under the house. The open space under the house. Not open space, another. The open space under the house. You know what? Say, what's a basement? Basement.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a house. Well, yes, it's a house.
Like a room, under the ground.
Except
Actually, it means store things.
yeah.
The person how you use it.
Yeah. You know, when you are watching those movies, or like, run to the basement. Like, you sure that we know a basement. But it's fine. So we're going to apply the same rule, the one that we apply. Get our machine. Yeah? But here there are a lot of things that we have to calculate. It's very simple checklist. Ever. Fine, let's start with it. We are given the checklist here on page 54. Let's say in our measuring list is excavation risk of collapse, keep excavation free from water, working space, brick work, hardcore, concrete, waterproofing, facings, cutaway, backfilling. Fine. So in order for us to calculate these things, we have to calculate something. Let's do some connections. We are going to calculate things that we are going to use here. On the specification, they say we have to clean the site 2 meters beyond the building, the external wall. The external wall. Please allow me to use these questions on page 64. Yes, page 64. Let's do examples like this. Page 64. We are going to use this issues. So this is what we have here. We are given about the footing. I'll try to draw something very simple. So we have a footing and with a 330 wall. For now, I'll just draw something like this. And we are given the internal dimensions. As you can see, the thickness of the wall is 330. So that means 330 is this one. Right? We are given the internal dimensions. Let's say from here to here, it's given as what? 8,000 by what? By 6,000. 6,000. And then in the specification, they said what? We are using the specification from the example, but the question is on page what? 64. 64. So that you'll be able to advise. They said we have to clean the site 2 meters beyond the external walls. External walls. So we are given what? We are given what? The internal dimensions. What is it that we have to do? We have to find what? The external dimensions. But question number 1 says what? Calculate the dimensions of the basement hole. The basement hole. I have to identify things here. My basement hole starts from here. It's going to start from here to there. So what is it that I have to calculate also? I'm going to calculate what? The external backfilling. In order for me to calculate what? The length and the width of what? Of the basement hole. Let's start with it. Okay. On our connections, we are given the internal dimensions. And this is the wall is here is 330. 330. So let's find the length. First, dimensions of what? Of the building. Okay, external walls. So let's start with it. We are given the length, which is what? Internally. It's going to be what? 8,000 plus 2 of what? 330, ne? What is the answer? 8,660. 8, ne? Oh, 86. Thank you. The width is going to be what?
6,000.
6,000. Okay, 6,000 plus 2 of what? 330. What is the answer? 6. Yeah, like this. Yeah. 2 zeros.
Yeah.
No, 6 is just a number, but I don't want you know where you believe. You don't believe it. If it's part of your belief, it's yours. Hey. Fine. So now, what is it that we have to calculate also? Let's calculate what the backfilling, external backfilling, eh? External backfilling. External backfill. We are given what? The footing they said is what? It's 1,000. So if we know how to calculate the backfilling, we're going to say 1,000 minus the thickness of the wall divided by 2. What is the answer? 335. So basically, now we have what? 335. 335. We'll be able to find the length and the width of what? Of the basement only. Okay? Are we okay? So fine. Let's start with the question. They said what? Calculate what is the dimensions of what? The dimensions of the basement only. We know the length of the wall externally. So we know the backfilling. External backfilling, we're going to take what? The external length. We add it with what? 2 by what? 335. Does it make sense? So here it is. We are given the, let's see, let's focus on the plan view. You know what? How to do this? Remember the form? Ne? So we are given, well, now we know what? We know, let me just use the color to show the basement hole. The basement hole is going to be here. We dig in. Does it make sense? We know from here to here, which is 8,600 by what? 660. Now, from here to here, we are given 335, the beginning, 335. So, how are you going to find the length if you are given that information? You take the length of 2 of what? 335. So, what is the answer? 9 what? Huh? 9330. So this one we have. And then please calculate the width for me.
So question again, which one?
64. The question is on page 64. Point number 1 is that we have to calculate what? The dimensions of the basement here. So in the basement, normally question one, you calculate. In question 2, you measure. So in short, if you go wrong with your question 1, so question 2, you are wasting your time.
The length of it's wrong. Of the length of the basement hole.
The length?
Yes.
It's wrong. It's not 9330.
No, it's 9270.
Is it? Please, let's confirm. Let's confirm.
If I'm doing that, see 8,600 plus 2 times.
Make sure don't confuse your calculator. Your calculator is going to give you whatever that you say. So it's going to be what? We have 86. Make sure you put the brackets.
Plus 2 by 3. Actually, plus 2 by 3.
It is
Correct.
Or using your indication.
It's visual.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So what is the width?
7.
You know how to get it? We're going to take 6,000.
See, that's also 600. Fix the 8,600.
No, 6.
Yeah, you put 6. 6.
That is that's our goal.
So that's like, that's what I'm saying. This is, I don't know, whenever I write something, I'm saying something. You can't compare this and anything on the board in the book. Wait a minute.
No, I'm speaking there.
Fine. Let's going to say plus what? 2 of what? 3, 5. So we got what? 7 what? 330. Now we have the dimensions. We have what? 9330 and what? 7330. Interesting. Very interesting. Any question? So far so good. Let's calculate the perimeter of what? Of the basement hole. Let's calculate the perimeter of the basement hole. Perimeter of the basement hole. Of the basement hole. We know the length and the width, and we know how to calculate the perimeter. Again, we're just going to say what? 2 times what? The length, which is 9330, plus 2 times what? The width, 7330. What is the answer?
3320.
Huh?
3320.
Please compare. Please compare.
33320.
So it's 33320. That's the perimeter. That's the perimeter. Make sure you write at the top perimeter like that. Because you see, this is the no like nobody never something was using the blue. So every time you write that, what you can write dimension of the basement hole, perimeter of the basement hole. The top is at the bottom. Next question. What? What?
60.
Yeah. Fine. So let's identify. Let's do something here. So what we have something like this. A dig hole, then after that they extend with what? With the trenches, like this. So we have something like this. You understand? So here, these are trenches, which is what? 1,000. So now you can see, okay, my hole starts from where? And the calculation said calculate the depth of the rest of collapse. They didn't specify if it's internal or external. So now you're going to check where, now, since the question is not precise enough, that means we have a list of collapse, what? For the basement hole. And what? And then for the trenches. And then we check here. We check in this one. Is the internal trench, risk of collapse, internal and external, are they equal in length? Don't mind that. Let's go back to this original sketch in the book. Let's see if they are equal in depth. Because if they are not equal in depth, that means we don't group them together, we don't times by 2. But if they are equal, we times by 2. Simple as that. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Good. So according to this one here, our hole starts from here. Okay, we are going to dig in like this and end here. You understand? This is our hole. Then they will specify sometimes to say calculate the depth of the basement hole to below hardcore. To below hardcore. So now we are calculating what? The depth of the basement to below hardcore. And then if we check our measurement, this 2.9 start from when? How focus on this one? Don't mind this gauge. This is a reference, right?
And from the natural ground level to
Do you see it?
yes.
So yeah, I was doing a question paper. So now we know. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Listen to what? Let me go back to the question. The depth of risk of collapse. They didn't specify if it's internal or external. But the risk of collapse, using a common sense, since we are digging in just like that, that means this entire depth is going to collapse, okay? Including what? The trench. Do you understand? Because you will have something like this eventually. You'll have something like this. Does that make sense? So let's calculate from the ground level to here. Let's find the total depth.
That's below
2009.
To below, yeah, no, like that one. Oh, I didn't check. That one is a depth. Is a depth. Now they're talking about the risk of collapse. Ne? So it's a depth. What risk of collapse? Ne? Risk of collapse. Risk of collapse. Risk of collapse. Risk of collapse. What is that?
2000.
We're going to have what? 2,900 plus?
37.
Plus 1, 350, ne?
Yes.
What is the answer?
36.
3 what?
628.
36.
25. 25. Sorry.
35?
3625.
3625.
Yes.
25. So that's the depth of risk of collapse. Externally. Externally. Do you understand? Good. Let's continue. That's all. Yes.
external.
Yeah, externally. Okay.
Oh,
Externally.
not the small.
It's included. It's included. The depth. This is ground level.
From
Yeah, I
NGA.
understand.
So yeah.
But from the inside.
No, we're not talking about the inside.
External.
We can't calculate the inside because it's given. It's given. What is it that you're going to calculate here? What they will give you? You already know the height of the concrete footing. I mean, like the height of the trench. Fine. So next question is it?
Since I'm
Good. Now I'm going to ignore this logic question paper. Now we're going to talk about the center line. So that means we're going to calculate the center lines of everything there. Then, am I not doing that? So that we can understand. Because when there is no center line here, it's a problem. Fine. So this what we have here, we are going to focus on what? Center line of what?
line of basement trench.
Of a basement trench. Fine. Of a basement trench. Of a basement trench.